Hujambo, habari gani? Mimi ni kupenda na wewe, moja kupenda. Top of the morning. How y'all doing? Happy Sabbath Siku, 7th day. Back at you one more time, representing the book of life. Now, last week we was talking about the whole concept of what it was all about, the beginning of new laws and so on and so forth and so forth and so on. This week I'm going from chapter 2 all the way through, whatever tomorrow, there we go, all the way through to 7. Now, as I read the book of life, I don't play that Lord and Master. Men call each other Lords and Master. No, I believe in the God of gods, the one who said, beware of other people's gods. That's it. So when I be reading, you will not hear me be talking about no Lord of Lords, Master, Master. No. It be the God of gods, and God of gods, and God of gods, and the God, and the God, and God of gods. Because right now it's only one God. No, it's two. It's more than, whoa, it's a few gods already. There's the God of God, then he has his wife, Mother Nature, then he has Adam, then he has Eve. There's 4 gods right there. Okay, so already he's the God of God. In the beginning, God, when he was by himself, it was just him. There was only just one. Yeah, when it was just him. Now it's already 4. Him, Mother Nature, Adam, Eve. Wow, already. He's already the God of God. So let's begin chapter 2, reading from the book of life. Oh, man. Yep. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the hosts of them were finished. And on the 7th day, the God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. Then he blessed the 7th day, Sabbath Siku, and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. This is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the God made the earth and the heavens. Before any plant of the field was in the earth, and before any herb of the field had grown. For the God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life. The man became a living being. The God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the God made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it parted and became 4 river heads. The name of the first is Pishon, P-I-S-H-O-N, Pishon. It is the one which skirts the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of the land is good. D-Day, Li-Yum, and the onyx stone are there. Very interesting. B-D-E-L. Is that 2 L's? Oh, L-L-I-U-M. See, I'm not trying to pre-read this, because as I make my mistakes, I want you to be looking at it like, oh, no. I'm learning this. I've read it and I haven't read it, but I haven't memorized it. You understand? Doesn't need to know there. Let me get on back now. What was that? And the gold of the land is good. Bedelio. The B in front of a D. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure about that, how that operates in Kiswahili, because I'm not an expert in Kiswahili. But anyway, Bedilium and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon, Gihon. It is the one which goes around the whole land of Cush, Cush. The name of the third river is Hiddekel, Hiddekel, yeah, Hiddekel, 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 Hiddekel. Hiddekel. It is the one which goes towards the east of Assyria, 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 Assyria. The fourth river is the Euphrates, 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 Euphrates. Then the God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to tend and keep it. And the God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat. But of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it you shall surely die. And the God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Again, I say, let me repeat. Chapter 2, the first book of Moses, Genesis. Verse 18, chapter 2. And the God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Out of the ground the God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was his name. So Adam gave names to all cattle, once again, to the birds of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper comparable to him. And the God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which the God had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the God had made. And he said to the woman, has the God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the God has said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die. For the God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave it to her husband with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. And they heard the sound of the God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the God among the trees of the garden. Then the God called to Adam and said to him, where are you? So he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat? Then the man said, the woman who came to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And the God said to the woman, what is this you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. So the God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle, and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. and I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you will take it. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, E-V-E, because she was the mother of all living. Also for Adam and his wife, the God made tunics of skin, and clothed them. Then the God said, behold, the man has become like one of us. Uh-oh. Capital U, baby, to know good and evil. And now at least he put up his hand and take also the tree of life and eat, and live forever. Immortality, baby. Therefore the God sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove with the man, and he placed TheeTru at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword, a flaming sword, and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. Chapter 4. Now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived the boy Cain, and said, I have acquired a man from the God. Notice her first child. She didn't say she had a baby. She said, I have acquired a man from the God. Yeah, I keep trying to tell you, when you're black, when your skin is brown, when you truly black to the max, man, it's not a matter of choice. It's not a matter of choice. Like the lion. See, this is a lion. Like the lion. He's not born. The minute he's born, he's automatically the king of the jungle. It ain't like, okay, he gotta know. No. What did she say? I have acquired, her first child, I have acquired a man from the God. Then she bore again, this time, his name. This time, his brother, Abel. As I said, all these terminologies, Kiswahili. A-B-E-L. Abel. Now, Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the God. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the God respected Abel and his offering. But he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. So the God said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you. But you should rule over it. Now Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and killed him. Abel. Then the God said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So when you are cursed, so now, my bad. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth. And Cain said to the God, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. And it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. And the God said to him, therefore whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the God set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. Then Cain went out from the presence of the God and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Aden. I said Kiswahili, but I said Eden, didn't I? My bad. Aden. I said Eden, but I said Kiswahili, right? My bad. Aden. Apologize. Yeah. Still, hey, I was brought up, and some things I'm still, I'm working on that myself as I'm doing this. I'm relearning this all over again as I'm doing this myself. Okay, now, one more time. Then Cain went out from the presence of the God and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Aden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son. Enoch. Enoch. Yeah, Enoch. Enosh. 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 CH. Is that in Enosh? Enoch. Enosh. I gotta check this out in the Swahili. You know that? I'm just gonna go with Enosh. To Enosh was born Erah, and Erah begat Mehu Jael, and Mehu Jael begat Methu Shael, and Methu Shael begat Lamesh. Then Lamesh took for himself two wives. The name of one wife was Adah, and the name of the second was Zillah. And Adah bore Jabal. He was the father of those who dwell in tents and have livestock. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all those who play the harp and flute. And as for Zillah, she also bore Tubal Cain, an instructor of every craftsman in bronze and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. Then Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, wives of Lamech. Listen to my speech, for I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, then Lamech sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore him a son and named him Seth. For the God has appointed another seed for me instead of Abel, whom Cain killed. And as for Seth, to him also his son was born, and he named him Enosh. Then men began to call on the name of the God. Yeah. Chapter 5. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. How we always talking about where we come from, we waiting on the what? Do you know what happens every time you ask the white man where you come from? You make him into your God. You make him into your God. You ask another man where you came from. Why are you asking another man where you came from? Especially when this other man says you don't even exist. 13 white guys to get your black ass to heaven, but you want to believe in what he tells you. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Far be it from me. It's just anyway. Chapter 5. For those who want to just start understanding, just like in chapter 4, it got to tell you who was the father of the ones who meddled and crafted all that. If that's your bloodline, that's your bloodline. So you understand. Chapter 5. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. In a day that the God created man, he made him in the likeness of the God. He created them male and female and blessed them and called them mankind in the day they were created. Mankind? No. They were not mankind. No. No. Man and woman. No. No. Mankind is different from man and woman. There's a very big difference, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Man and woman are very different from mankind. Yeah. I had to disregard that word. I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, and Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness after his image and named him Seth. After he begot Seth, the days of Adam were 800 years and he had sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived were 930 years and he died. Seth lived 105 years and begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Seth lived 807 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enosh lived 90 years and begot Cainan. After he begot Cainan, Enosh lived 815 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. Cainan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. 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 After he begot Mahalalel, Cainan lived 840 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Cainan were 910 years and he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years and begot Jared. And he begot Jared. Mahalalel lived 830 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years and he died. Jared lived 162 years and begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years and he died. Enosh lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God and he was not, for God took him. Wow. Pay attention to that. 24. All the rest of them died. Wow. Chapter 5, everybody died. All the way to Enoch. Wow. Wow. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Wow. Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamech. After he begot Lamech, Methuselah Selah lived 782 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Lamech lived 182 years and had a son. And he called his son, his name, Noah, saying, "This one will comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hand because of the ground which the God has cursed." After he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 775 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Japheth. J at the beginning is a Y. Yap. Hate. Yap hate. Now, let me see. I'm kind of getting, I'm really getting into this. No, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, we're going to stop it right there. We're going to start in chapter 5, Genesis. Yeah, we're going to stop right there because Sabbath school last week, just chapter 1. This time, I read all the way from 2 to 5. From 2 to 5, okay. As I start doing this more and more, we're going to get deeper into this more and more and get more understanding so that these words, when they start flowing off your tongue like they do, because I mean, hey, this is the book of life. When these words just start flowing off your tongue, you be like, hey man, I see my ancestors. I don't need nobody to tell me who I am. That's what I keep trying to tell people. See, listen, as I'm reading this, I'm also relearning myself too. You understand what I'm saying? Now, as I was saying about man and mankind, listen, nothing personal, but here's the truth. If man get caught in the rain, if man get caught in a rainstorm, you put him in a room, man gonna smell like man. Mankind get caught in a rainstorm, put him in the room, he's gonna smell like dog. That's just the way it is, gonna smell like an animal. Man is going to smell like man. That's it. If I get caught in a rainstorm, I'm not gonna be smelling like no animal. I'm not gonna smell like an animal. I'm gonna smell like me. I'm never gonna smell like an animal. So I'm not mankind. Mankind, on the other hand, when he gets caught in a rainstorm, he's gonna smell like a wet animal. It's not his fault. That's just the way it is. But I am not mankind, I am man. Just as woman is woman. We cannot help it that lice don't stick to us. Lice do not stick to man and woman. They stick to mankind and womankind. Nothing personal. I got nothing against nobody, but that's the laws of nature. One more time. Don't get angry and upset with me about the laws of nature because I did not create the laws of nature. I'm just a part of the laws of nature, and I'm very, very happy that I am, because without that, I would not be. Anyhow, oh yeah, one more thing. I was telling y'all before about how Catholics cross themselves. I don't cross myself, but I do touch 4 points in my body. Let me see. Okay, let me see. When I pray, I tell my God, begot of God, I believe totally in Him, and all of me belongs to He. My mind, my body, my heart, my soul. 4 points. One more time. I don't believe in the cross. Second commandment, what? No graven images. So why would I believe, even if He was hung on the cross? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I don't believe in no cross. I believe in 4 points. I belong to my God, my mind, my body, my heart, my soul. Bam. Ha. Anyway. Moja Kupainen, and always important. Meaning you Kupainen are way. Peace. See you next week. Sabbath.